How is it going, guys? Welcome back to a new video. Some days ago I asked you on YouTube and Instagram to ask me some questions for this video, and so this will be a Q&A. Never done such a video before, so I hope that you guys can enjoy this. Thanks everyone who submitted a question for me, and let's jump right in. So first question is, your name is Diego B, what's the B stand for? The B is just the first letter of my surname. When I opened my YouTube channel, the account was Diego B, and I just started Yoyo things, so that's it. The second question has been asked by many of you, and it's like, what's your story with Yoyo? What got you interested in yoyoing, and why did you get into yoyoing? So basically, I started yoyo in 2017-2018. I was traveling a lot at that time, and so I wanted something to do while I was alone in my hotel room, far from home. I was always alone in my travels, and so I just wanted something to practice while I was abroad. And I was doing card tricks at that time. I have plenty of magic book right there, but I wanted something more mechanical, more practical, and so I stumbled upon Yoyo. I had a look at the Yoyo Maniacs page, which is the Italian community page, and I then brought a Yoyo Factory Velocity, with which I learned a lot of the basic tricks, and then I moved to a Boson Easy Spin as my first metal yo-yo, and from there I started learning a lot of the advanced trick. I was out of the community for almost the first 2 years maybe, and then while I was reading the Yoyo Expert forum, I stumbled on Trick with Thread, so I started recording my video to share my progress and to help others progress with the tricks that were proposed in the Trick a Week challenge. Some videos were kinda like tutorials, and so I said, why not making a tutorial video page, and here we are. When I was at 200 subscribers, Shuriken reached out to me for a sponsorship, and I was throwing the juji at that time. I was really into their philosophy, and so I accepted the sponsorship, and from there we reached 1000 subscribers after less than 1 year, which was really not expected, because I was not hoping to get that much feedback, that much positive feedback for my videos, but it happened, and so that's it. This next question was asked by a random yoyo on YouTube, and is, do your cat interfere with recording? And yeah, they are basically interfering also right now. They are running around the room, but they don't interfere as you would expect. Usually what happens is that they start making super loud meows to attract my attention, and I have to stop recording, go downstairs, calm them down, and then restart the recording. Next question, also from random yoyo, it is, how do you get sponsored? As I told you, Shuriken reached out to me when I had 200 subscribers, so I was right at the beginning of my journey, and I'm really happy about that. Shuriken really reflects my ideas. I love how the company works. It's not a huge and super social oriented company, but they do very good yoyos, and I love the fact that we are a very, very small team, and so I have voice when it comes to new yoyos, new colorways and stuff like that. I'm just going to give you some advice if you want to get sponsored, if your aim is to get sponsored. The first advice is to never ask for a sponsorship to companies. Companies don't like that unless it is publicly stated that they want to be asked for sponsorship. The second advice is to show interest in one company. Don't expect a company that you don't buy yoyo from to reach out to you and say, hey, wanna try some yoyo, wanna do a sponsorship. It will not happen. So you have to use their yoyo, show interest to them, show that you're using and you're appreciating their products on Instagram, on YouTube, wherever. And the third advice is that you need to be active on social media. Today, most of the company wants visibility on social media. So they are more interested in you promote them on social media than on stage today. And then you want to emerge from the mass. You want to do something new. You want to do good quality video, good quality photos. Try to emerge, making something different, make some different trick, some unique trick. and eventually they will come to you. And last advice is sponsorship is not about getting free yo-yos, okay? So make sure that your values collimate with the company's values, because you'll have to embrace their manifesto and make sure that their values are yours. You don't want to be one of those guys that join a company, get free products, and then leave the company for whatever reason. Make sure to know what you're doing before getting into a sponsorship. This one's fun. Jaden Plater asked me, will you ever give a tutorial for your black magic teleporting? I tried, but I just end up standing in the middle of the room, damn near having an aneurysm. So black magic teleporting, you mean this? Yeah, tutorial is coming soon, get your magic wand ready. Next one is from Gormley Zach. Not Zach Gormley. Have you ever compete? So, no, I never compete on a real stage. I don't like the stage anxiety and stuff like that. I don't like people judging me real time, if you know what I mean. And also I'm not good at all for competing, and my style is not for competitive yo-yo. So I competed 2 times in Scales Open Amateur Division, 1 time in Scales Over 30 Division, once in Scales Open Creative Video Contest, and 1 time in the AP Division at the Online War Yo-Yo Contest. But yeah, that's all my competing experience. And we have a bunch of questions from Bruno Yoyo. First one is, what do you prefer, dogs or cats? I prefer cats, but I also love dogs and all other animals in general. What's your favorite string? So today I'm using ACO strings. I bought them on AliExpress for, I don't remember, like $10, 100 strings. And I think they are very superior in comparison to kitty strings and Sochi strings. They are much softer and they keep the softness while you're playing. So I can play with one ACO string for hours and they will not lose their softness. And this is for normal thin string. If I have to use fat strings, I will use Monkey Finger Vines fat. What's your favorite yo-yo? So I'm biased with Shuriken Yo-Yo, as you may tell. I'm using the Happo right now, which is this yo-yo right here, and there are still a bunch of stock in the Bay retailers. Other than Shuriken Yo-Yo, I mainly use the SF Movement and the Dressel Design 50/50, which are 2 yo-yos that really clicked with me. What are the specs of all Shuriken Yo-Yos? So the 3 models that Shuriken Yo-Yo has released so far has totally different specs and totally different way of play. I leave the specs here. Will you make a tutorial from fans? Yes, I still accept a trick submission. Bruno was one of the guys that submitted a trick to me, and yes, if you have a trick and you want me to teach that, if I like it, I will teach it, so just reach me out on Instagram. Will you make giveaways? Yes, myself and Shuriken make giveaways every time a new yo-yo is released, and so stay tuned for the next one, I guess. So this is from Josh Bishop. What is your inspiration from the way your videos look? So I was inspired in the beginning by Silver and Black, which is another channel on YouTube. It's not very active at the moment, but it has some really cool trick tutorials, trick circles, and edited video. So yeah, I took inspiration from him, and then I tried to build my own style of video and editing, and I think you're liking that, so I'm happy about that. Another inspiration lately are the Definite Video. The Russian guys are really amazing for how they edit their video. So next bunch of questions are from Lou BLV. What are your favorite yo-yos? So I had to think about those for a bit, because I love a lot of different style of play, but I think that my favorite yo-yos are Tyler Vignot, for sure, Alexander Bakarov, if you don't know him, go check him out, Vincent Sergoli, and all the Russian crew. So Spin Cult crew and Definite crew are making some incredible videos, and also they have an incredible style of yo-yoing. What are your favorite YouTubers? So thinking about yo-yoing, I would say Definite for sure, Polo and the Art crew. And other than Yoyo, I follow gaming channels, stuff like that, so Scrapman maybe is my favorite YouTube channel today. So this one has been asked by a couple of people, and it is, what is your methodology for trick development, or how did you make your trick? Basically what I do is to go into a known mount, like a trapeze or a wrist mount, and try to do anything that makes me uncomfortable. Let's try to make a new element or stuff like that together. From a trapeze, there are some classical stuff that you can do, but there are some unconventional stuff that you can do too. So for example, you have a loop here, you can insert your hand like this, and then let's say we want to take this string right here. Okay, so now we are into a double GT, which was pretty easy. Or for example, we can insert our hand from this side, going like this, then like this, making some sort of loop here, and we are into a reverse GT. So yeah, basically what I do is to go into a known mount and then do something that is uncomfortable to me. 9 times out of 10 I will stumble across knots and snagging, but that one time I found myself into a different mount, and from there I just go on, keeping making things that makes me uncomfortable and merge them through elements that I know. Yeah, so there was another question like this, which was, where do you find your combos? In the trash can, mainly. But seriously, I often come up with new combos that I had discarded in the past, and so I revisit them and try to make some new stuff on that. Your favorite 3 tricks. From my repertoire, I would say there are the pseudo bucket, the flow tech, and the chop strange. And let's say, speaking about well-known tricks, I would say the magic drop, send off times, and also another one which is the Charles Psycho roll tech combo, which is stitched by Mr. Matteo, which is this thing right here. Yeah, then it goes on, but that's it. So Confusio asked me, what is your favorite string, and do you ever upgrade the bearing on a new Yoyo? My favorite string right now are ACO and Monkey Finger Vines. And about the bearing, no. I never upgrade the Yoyo bearing. I don't like ceramic bearing, for example. I don't like loud bearing. What I do is to buy a bundle of bearing on AliExpress, which you can find bearings for like $5, 20 bearings, something like that. And then I use them. I just use them because they are of a good quality. You have to search for the good quality on AliExpress. Most of the bearing, for example, the gold-plated bearing, are not of a good quality. Tolerances are really high, so they will not sit properly in the seat. They will tilt. They're not good bearing, but you can find some really high quality bearing on AliExpress. Next one is, how long does it take to make a tutorial? So to filming the tutorial and editing that, I would say it's around 3 hours of work, which I split around a week. But the most of the work is to come out with a trick every week. And this leads with another question. How often do you practice, and what do your practice session consist of? So I practice every day. Every time I have some spare time, it can be 10 minutes, it can be 2 hours, I practice. I just throw yo-yos. And basically my practice session consists in learning new tricks, come out with original tricks, and then for the rest of the week try to practice this as much as possible before making the tutorial. So basically every trick that I practice, I will use them for tutorials. There are exceptions, so there are some really hard tricks that I know that I won't be a tutorial for it because it's just too complicated to explain. But mainly, yeah, this is my practice session routine. Next question is, what music do you listen when yo-yoing? So mainly I listen for lo-fi or stuff like that while I'm yo-yoing, but I also love ambient music, industrial ambient, artists like Lorne, woodkid. I would like to make a video with the lo-fi music that I listen, just for you to put up this music while you are playing, like, I don't know, half an hour long video with the music that I listen to while I'm yo-yoing. But basically, yeah, I go on Spotify lo-fi playlist and I just grind with it. So next one is, what do you think about TikTok? Well, I don't like TikTok. I don't like this idea of having everything in a split of second or in like 10 seconds. I really don't like it. But I recognize the extreme power of TikTok for reaching a younger audience. So if you reach 1 million people, if 1% of those people got interested in yo-yoing, it's a win. And so I don't like TikToks, but I recognize the extreme power that it may have. So the last question is, what are your interests aside of yo-yoing? So I love doing card tricks, even though I'm not practicing anymore since some years, but I love magic tricks. I love music, as you would expect, and I love comic books, European style comic books. And then I also love model train, and so I have a layout, a diorama for model trains. And yeah, part of this, I would say that 80% of my hobby time is related to yo-yoing. And so that's it. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that you found it really interesting. Next video will be a tutorial of one of my tricks. It will go out in 2 weeks from now. Videos from now on, I think that they will be released every 2 weeks, at least until the end of the summer, and then we will see. And so thank you for having spent a bit of time with me today. I am Diego B. So long.